Well, I'm Dr. Paul Radde. I'm a practicing psychologist and author of a book on seating called Seating Matters. And I actually wrote the Convention Industry Council chapter on seating arrangements, event seating, for the 6th edition of the manual.
So what would you say is the number one thing that meeting planners do incorrectly when it comes to seating?
Well, I think, first of all, they're offered a menu that they're supposed to order off of. And almost every one of the offerings is straight rows. And unfortunately, the straight row itself, if you have a straight row, you don't have a meeting. Now, most of the meeting planners seldom sit down. And if they sit down, it's not in a meeting or it's not in a row that is crowded. And they don't sit for long. They're usually up with a clipboard and running around and taking care of matters. And they're really busy enough. However, if they were to just sit in a straight row, and even at a meeting, a staff meeting in their organization, and pay attention to the people they cannot see, they would note soon enough. Or even in a restaurant, you're seated at a table with 8 people, 3 on a side. You're on one end, you can't see the person on the other end. So they have ways of doing their own research. But if, in fact, they would just take a look at one thing, if you have a straight row, you don't have a meeting. And then start to look at the seating that they're offered and start to angle or curve the seating.
So
that's number one.
Would angled seating be the first step, the first thing a planner should, is that an easy way to make a big improvement? What would be an easy thing?
I think the better thing is simply to follow one rule, and that is face each chair toward the presentation.